It's really great to see you clicking into this video. I'm Christine and let's get started to uncover the overview of Mitsubishi's 2018 campaign. The campaign started around November. The primary product promoted was its 2018 Eclipse Cross model in SUV series. Similar competitors' products were Subaru Crosstrek, Toyota CHR, and Nissan Rogue Sport. The target audience were found to be the leading millennials who are of age between 25 to 40 years old, whose main motive of behavior is explained by self-esteem in Maslow's hierarchy of needs model. They are ambitious young couples who love sports and socializing. What does the campaign for EC have to say? No longer would Mitsubishi be just an ordinary car company like the others, it will become the SUV expert for everyday Australians, specifically to their target audience. Being consistent with Mitsubishi's mindset, their brand strategy's target was to appeal to ambitious drivers who are willing to challenge conventional wisdom and ready to embrace change and enable lasting good times at every stage of life with the SUVs. It expresses the big idea both through their slogan and tagline, which combine the forward attitude of driving ambition. By utilizing generic strategy, Mitsubishi has directly promoted the attributes and benefits of their EC in the SUV series. Simultaneously, to create brand image, it reinforced the brand connection with its target audience by defining a new market positioning as being the people's SUV. With the ever-increasing fame in SUV segment among Australian buyers during 2018, Mitsubishi decided to focus on SUV for its upcoming lineup, which is the Eclipse Cross. Through new qualitative research including drive-along interviews with Mitsubishi's owners, they discovered the power of SUV for being prioritized before automotive brands. This was a huge opportunity for them because no other automotive brand was really connecting and owning SUV in a way that was accessible in price levels and distance. The personification Mitsubishi provided their consumers the means to communicate their feelings about it. Millennials TA seek to improve their prospects in life and gain a respected place in society, also wanted to rebel against their increasingly hectic and overly planned lives. Especially during these ages, people normally experience the most negative thoughts and mind-wandering days. The consumer insight was highly addressed in the message strategy. It was discovered that the cars aren't just vehicles to them, but are where the bonds with family and friends happen. Therefore, TA tend to purchase EC at emotional times of their life. According to the hierarchy of effects model, such common approach of effective strategies will get consumers increasingly attached to Mitsubishi. Arousing favorable feelings will then evoke the urge to purchase. These strategies make their way to create Mitsubishi's brand awareness by strengthening the brand name in consumers' cognitive memory. However, if they were able to also include more informational contents introducing its unique selling points like 4 wheels drive heritage, they will be able to maximize effects of both persuasion routes described in this model of elaboration likelihood. What about the appeal used? It is literally the emotional appeal of SUV that explains their success in Australia. Unlike cars that represent a boring routine and Monday to Friday living, Mitsubishi Sport Authority opens up possibilities for fun, good times, and real collections, and so enlighten the feeling of joy and optimistic. The positioning highlighted what TA wanted out of an SUV. They used an old-school board game compass to put a fresh spin on going for a spin. They created a completely random adventure where the couple took in turns to spin a compass and get behind the wheel, have the time of their life. The campaign perfectly matches TA's personality. As long as they feel great, 60% of them tend to gravitate towards purchases that are an expression of their personality. They are transforming TA with a unique set of psychological characteristics that imply solely Mitsubishi's associated brand experience and the story behind its products. The technique was a combination of demonstration and imagery in videography and photography. Seeing is believing. These visual contents are feast to eyes, sight and sound enjoyment to the audience. They are able to witness the quality, component, and capabilities EC possesses, and then to resonate with actual use of the car in familiar life situations as well. This is called narrative advertising, which outlines drama, storytelling, as well as metaphors and analogy, rather than argumentative way of advertising. However, too much of conceptualism will lead to rising abstraction and causes misunderstandings of the underlying message Mitsubishi wished to convey. That is when language and words come useful in helpful explanation and details. By customizing such advertisement for its innovation technology, MiTech target audience as digital early adopters would be more attracted to these eye-catching ads. The campaign were mostly employing these signals. Design elements appeared consistently across different promotional materials, but were all seemed to fit the taste of target audience. A video depicts easy switching direction from highway to a natural landscape filled with wilderness. A slow motion technique was applied in one of the videos as to dramatize and polish up the moment when EC passed through the sandstorm into a brand new path. It taps into audience personality. Travel far enough and you will meet yourself. But there might be a slight disconnection of resonance as they miss out in emphasizing their audience by portraying it through the type of person chose to film as the driver. The use of color theory was to evoke thoughts by the viewers and cause them to ponder emotions. The usage of balanced warm and cool tones color nicely portrayed different meanings, especially having the product in bright red. It symbolizes passion, desire, and power. The song Makeba by Jane, a catchy pop track mixed with an adventurous driving beat, was used. In fact, Makeba refers to someone who is an excellent friend, a fantastic lover who's trustworthy and honest, just like Eclipse Cross. This music composition was heavily inspired by African drums and rhythms. Not only does the song melody, song name speaks for EC2, a use of analogy where Eclipse Cross holds the ability to light up darkness and calms distress, just like Makeba, hence it struck a chord. In terms of graphic design, the typography used for titles and logo amazingly gave a fast-looking vibes with that speedy texture which fits the positioning. Mitsubishi have always prioritized broad reach via low-involvement emotional channels, most commonly TV, digital, press, and radio. TV reaches massive audience but can easily result in communication clutter to TA. And because digital media is so easily accessible, it's hard to build organic traffic due to oversaturation. And word of mouth could influence the campaign by acting like a double-edged sword. But OOH reached 93% of the Australian population living around city centers, where target audience normally resides in. Mitsubishi could have invested on these three major SVOD platforms who have increased subscription number in target audience by 25%. Their approach to social media was very limited. Such owned media could be very affordable and reachable to target, particularly on Facebook and Instagram, as approximately 95% of them are available on there. To make an effective emotional campaign, narration of a product info could be an aspect they were lacking. Higher frequency of advertising should have drove the same message and create familiarity. The Eclipse Cross was shown to be crossing a sandstorm. This creative strategy indeed created a strong impression, but it might lead to misinterpretation of SUV capabilities for having such ability to go through a natural disaster. This questioned a campaign on 3.2 of the AANA code. Additionally, there is no sign showing a decrease in driving speed when the car is going through a big turn in one of the video ads. This inappropriate driving practice could possibly fail to address one of the general provisions in the FCAI code as shown on the screen. And yes, you're right. We have reached the end of this video about 2018's Mitsubishi's Eclipse Cross campaign. But I have one final question for you. If you were the director of this campaign, what would you do to create this as so it will become your idol campaign? Feel free to comment below. Thank you and enjoy.